Shalom, shalom. It's your boy Asha Ibar with the brothers coming back in the spirit of the Most High. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Kahala Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom Yasharala. And salutation to all y'all brothers in the truth, man. We got a good one. You gonna need your brother to make it to the finish. You know, a lot of brothers is on this one-man band crew, one-man army. Book of Eli. I'm Denzel Washington in the flesh, and I can kill all my enemies by myself. And Lord willing, all y'all brothers make it, even if you're on your own. But more often than not, you gonna have to work with your brother. You gonna have to put your nigga shit aside. This is a book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he has not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, well, that's about women. But you know, the main reason why I brought that out is that you got it. Two is better than one. You know, what does Yahweh Shai say? When two or more call upon are gathered in my name, no, I am there. I mean, hey, the Most High is gonna have brothers in your area so that way it could be your allies. And at this point, in the great tribulation, a time never seen before, I mean, it's just obvious that you're gonna need brothers in the truth who you can trust. So, you know, we're gonna break that down. But again, I got the brothers with me. So y'all brothers got the opening statements.
It was good, y'all. Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all the praises, the glory, and the honor unto the Most High Yahweh, doing so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the Word able because Jesus Christ. And Lord, word is lessons edifying for the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, the nation of Israel only. We back in the spirit once again, here to feed the lambs and the sheep of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And I want to land back on a beautiful point. The brother started this live stream out. I want to go to Proverbs, the 17th chapter. It's the book of Proverbs, the 17th chapter, and the 17th verse. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So, as the brother mentioned in Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter, about falling, being alone and whatnot, and and things of that nature. That's why we have brothers. We have brothers for times of adversity. So that way you don't got to go through adversity alone. That way you don't got to, you know, go down solo and things like that, because that's just going when you solo and all that all the time. Yes, of course, especially as brothers in this truth, we need times where we are alone. I know me personally, I like my alone time. I don't want to be around niggas all the time. I'm saying I get times in myself where for no malice at all, I just don't want to talk to nobody. It's not because of any I feel it's a particular way to nobody. It's just I just don't feel like talking to nobody. I just want to be alone for a certain period of time. Could be 2 hours, could be a whole fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But that doesn't mean that we're supposed to go about this solo. Of course we like our alone time, and we need alone time, especially to meditate on the word, to discern the word of truth, to grow in wisdom. As the scriptures say, a man separated himself, occupied himself with all wisdom. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. This book of Proverbs, 18 chapter, the first verse. Through desire, a man having separated himself, seeketh in the middle with all wisdom. So of course we need that alone time, but there's a balance in this truth. As the scripture said, false balance is an abomination. So just because you get used to being alone in this truth and whatnot with your individual walk, because more often than not, a lot of us brothers don't have a whole bunch of brothers in our area that think in the same way as we do. The Most High will grant you the opportunity to be around brothers, and those brothers are given to you for times of adversity, whether that be in your personal life, in regards to things that you're discerning in the spirit, tough times you're dealing with in the spirit, learning truth and getting used to right doctrine and whatnot, but also times of hardness, times of travail within your personal life. Brothers go through shit. You lose jobs, you lose family members, you lose friends, you lose a woman, you know, you get down on your luck at times where you need some bread. That's the point of giving alms and things like that to help the brothers out. And all, but that just goes to show those are all brotherly actions. That when you assist brother, give a brother strong counsel and things like that, those are all brotherly actions that are born for those days of adversity. And of course, at its highest level, that day of adversity being Jacob's trouble, where we're gonna have to rely on each other to pick us up, to pick ourselves up in the spirit, to lean on each other as brothers, when that time of tribulation comes upon the whole earth, the whole earth slash I said earth, the whole earth slash world, because when that time comes, you know, if you're alone, you have more propensity to fall into the ditch. You don't have anyone to check you when you're going off or you're straying away. You don't have anyone to lean on when you fall weak in the flesh at times. Brothers are made for those times specifically right there. So, and that's what brothers are sealed as well. And brothers are like, you find out who really is a brother through those times of adversity. So why don't shut people out and don't and you because you're depriving them as an opportunity to show to them that that could be a brother to you, and vice versa with you as well. You depriving brothers of having brotherly love and finding other brothers when you don't act brotherly, towards other brothers by shutting yourself out and closing yourself off to other people and whatnot as well. So just quick before we get into it, the brothers are extremely important for the times of adversity to come and the small times of adversity that we go through in our everyday walk in this truth.
Come on, bro. Great point.
Y'all
That
brothers
brother's
got
got
your
opening statement.
Yeah, I just want to say, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and yeah, man, everywhere, ever since I, came into the knowledge, man, the Most I always had a brother around me that I can confide in, that I can just talk to, because being separate from this world, it's almost like no one really understands you, and I mean that was just such a blessing to have, just people in the knowledge of the truth that I could really just talk to and can gain knowledge, wisdom, understanding from, can correct, can rebuke me when I'm going off, so I just, hey man, it's crucial.
The water, great point.
Yeah, man. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. May we continue to receive our daily bread, mental, physical, most importantly, spiritual, and through all our transgressions. May the Most High continue to be merciful to us, to give us the understanding that we need. And it's very important tonight about the daily bread, especially when it comes to understanding the brotherhood, because a lot of times that, especially with time to come, that daily bread is going to manifest itself with the company that you keep, and their positive spirits is going to what's the word for it? Hopefully, will Lord willing, their positivity and their ability to discern the times is going to be able to transfer to you, even when you don't necessarily understand things yourself. So yes, like Malak said, it is important to have a sense of being alone, but there are going to be times where you're not, where being alone might not be the best idea. So it's all about that balance, and it is a blessing to have other brothers who you can converse with on any level. It's not even about necessarily being able to converse with in general, it's just being able to have any type of conversation. You can go from sports to Bible to music. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you have to dumb yourself down because no one will understand what you're saying. So it is a blessing to have other brothers surrounding you that understand this truth just as well, if not more than you do.
Hey, facts, bro. And just
And
getting to the point.
just real quick, just want to get one more precept just to round out what we're talking about right here. This is the book of First Peter, the 3rd chapter, and the 8th verse. Finally, be all of one mind, having compassion one to another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. So in this truth, in the conclusion of the matter, in this truth, like it says, finally, in the conclusion of the matter, after everything is all said and done, you gotta be brotherly. You gotta be of one mind. You gotta be compassionate towards another. You gotta prefer one another, as the scriptures say, you know, and ultimately show that brotherly love, because you can't do it all alone in this truth. Demons are working constantly, every day, especially trying to get us brothers who are doing the best we can to be righteous. A brother may have a certain experience where he's battled something, he can help you out. You may have a certain experience where you've battled something, you can help another brother out. You can receive counsel and you can give counsel. That's how you show compassion and love to your brothers right there. Be there for your brother. Be willing to guide him, and be willing to be guided when you need to be guided by him. Those are the things that those are the two things that we should really focus on in this truth. And that goes into being compassionate and loving our brethren, man. Because Yahweh Shah loved us, so show that same love to another brother.
Bro, exactly. Reciprocating love, you receive love, and that's the main thing I was gonna get into. The first thing a lot of y'all, one man band niggas is gonna say is, man, niggas ain't shit. I can't mess with niggas. You know why? Because you still dealing with a curse, bro. This is Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So basically, when it says that your brother shall have an evil eye towards your brother, that's what us Israelite men deal with. Especially with the Southern Kingdom. You so-called black men, y'all just don't know how to work together. Most of y'all have a crab in a barrel mentality that you've been programmed with since birth. Rap music, I kill niggas, I don't trust niggas, I don't need niggas, I don't need nobody. I got it on my own. I got it out the mud. I ain't need no help. You know what I'm saying? And that's been programmed in you since a little boy, that as you start to get in this truth, you want to know what's synonymous with faith? Trust. Why is that? Because you have to trust in the Lord to deliver you. You also have to trust in the Lord to give you allies and defenses. This is the book of Sirach. I'll go to verse 6. I think it's like verse 15. Chapter 6. I think it's verse 15. So this is the book of Sirach 6, verse 14. Salaki. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that has found such as one has found a treasure. Nothing does countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. That's the one thing that a lot of you brothers are missing. Verse 17. Whoever fears the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So you need to understand, if you surrounded by carnal niggas that you just don't trust, it's because you don't trust in the Lord. Why? Because if you trusted in the Lord, you would keep his law, statutes, commandments. You would be faithful to that. But the thing is, I made a video, I want to say a month ago, in regards to don't let your insecurities block your blessings from the Lord. I always say it like this. If you say you're doing everything you claim to be doing, and why can't you trust another brother who's calling upon the name Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai? Why can't you congregate with brothers? A lot of y'all brothers live in the same cities. A lot of y'all brothers live in the same region. You know your brother for 6-7 months. You see what's coming down the pipeline. You see that you can't rely on your family and your friends, and yet you still unwilling to congregate with niggas that you know and that you deal with on a weekly or monthly basis. And what that shows is that, first and foremost, you don't trust that brother is genuine, but more importantly, you don't trust that the Most High is placing the brother in front of you. At the end of the day, man, that envious, I can't trust people, that's carnality. The spirit, like Malak said, we move as one. And that's one thing that we had understood on this trip when we went to Dallas, and us brothers was congregating. We was living under the same house where it was 5 niggas in a 2-bedroom apartment. Niggas got along good. We shared the shower, shared, not like that, my nigga, but you know what I'm saying. we divided the time. We all got into a car if we needed to. We
were very cordial with one another.
Yeah, we was cordial with one another. Why? Because we understood that the Most High, he led and he directed the spot for both of us to come together. You see what I'm saying? Because when you truly underneath the Lord, when the Lord is guiding you and protecting you, you can easily tell a genuine brother from a carnal ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we learned on the trip. And it showed like, hey, man, the Lord is watching us close. So, at the end of the day, you may have certain differences. You may like, different things. You may, not be exactly alike, but your greater goal, your greater mind, your spiritual mind is one with Hamashiach. So that's what a lot of you brothers need to understand. It may cut your spirit, but it's just the honest reality, bro. If you don't find yourself with people that you can trust and you haven't made no type of action or no type of step to link up with brothers, it's because you don't trust the Lord.
Khan, and I want to land back on that with that beautiful point. Just with a precept to seal it, man. It's the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us. If a man say, I love Yahweh, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahweh, whom he hath not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth Yahweh love his brother also. So I want to let's analyze that in relation to what the point that the brother just brought out. It says there is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear. So oftentimes when you don't want to link up with brothers, it's ultimately because you fear. It's because we deal with niggas in the world, niggas backbiting us in the world, niggas doing us dirty in the world, niggas talking shit behind our backs in the world, and we want to bring that into this truth. We bring that same fear into this truth, and we can't do that, man, because we got to be able to properly discern the spirit. We got to be able to properly see the spirit of Yahushua on another brother, and be able to trust in the spirit of the Most High to know that He's not going to put you in a situation where you communicate with another brother in the spirit constantly. He's not going to put you in a situation where you link up with that brother and that brother wants to do you wrong. Now that could happen, but we gotta trust that the Lord is working on our behalf to bring brothers together, and also you gotta trust that if the Most High is bringing something together, you gotta trust in your level of discernment to see whether this is something you should go in or not. And if the Spirit is telling you to go in that direction, trust the Spirit of the Most High to go in that direction and bring and set aside and lay aside all that fear, man. All that lack of trust, because as the scriptures say, perfect love casteth out fear. So perfect love meaning what? Love with the right standard of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua being the backbone in the forefront. I tell Ash this all the time, but like niggas always say they real niggas. Niggas always say they real, they trill or whatnot. The only real niggas are niggas in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because that means you have a standard in which you live by, and you're not going to cross another brother because you have more fear for that power that is that can judge you at an instant if you do another brother wrong. You have a foundational principles. You have foundational principles in the law, statutes, commandments that you hold yourself to, and by proxy, that's holding yourself to a high standard of moral decorum when dealing with other brothers. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to cause that perfect love to be in effect when you deal with other brothers who have that same mindset. So there's no need to bring that fear into the world. Now, of course, we always try the spirit, as it says in the book of 1 John, the 4th chapter. We try the spirit. I'm just read that. This book of 1 John, chapter 4, and verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone into the world. So, of course, we try the spirit. But after we try the spirit, we've had conversations with brothers to the point where you're linking up. Because let's be real, you're not just linking up with random brothers. You talking to them. You have a conversation with them. It don't got to be for an extreme amount of time. It don't got to be for a elongated period of time. But you can discern, you can recognize the spirit within a brother very quickly when you're talking to somebody. You try their spirit. You see, are they more focused on carnality or more focused on spirituality? Are they in the precepts of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua? Are they doing the work? Things of that nature. Are they more concerned with glorifying the Father or more concerned with glorifying themselves or the so-called black woman? You look at those things, and that gives you the tools, and that's just a few tools to properly discern where brother's mindset and his spirit lies. And if he has that perfect love via that foundational principle of the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, hold him to that high standard, then this is a brother you can congregate with. So get that fear out of your system, man. That's bringing this shit from the world into this truth.
Hey, real quick, you want to answer this brother question?
What if I'm just a brother that likes to be by himself? I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I like to be by myself. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being by yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with, but you can't be a brother that isolates yourself from brothers, in the spirit and whatnot. You can't be a brother who purposely, when the Most High is really trying to send you people, to your life, you can't be someone who personally just doesn't want to recognize that at all. You know why? Because you're not perfect, and we're not all knowing or all understanding. So where you lack, another brother may fill that void. Were you a fool? You can help, or were you a fool? You can help fill another brother that's lacking in that department. So one of the main reasons why we just can't be by ourselves all the time. There's nothing wrong with liking isolation. I like isolation. I like being by myself. There's nothing wrong with I'm an introvert. I'm sure you are as well. There's nothing wrong with being a more introverted person. But you got to be able, when the Most High brings you brothers, to be able to, accept, and open your arms to other brothers, because they can help you and you can help them as well. And that's our righteous duty as an Israelite, man. We're not a nation. See, that's the thing with Esau, Edom in this society. Esau, Edom has taught our people individualism. The truth is about nation building. The truth is about being in one mind with our people. You know what I'm saying? Us all being together for the greater good of our nation. Esau Edom has taught us, be by yourself. You know, all niggas are fake. You know, through the spirit and the energy that, of course, we perpetuate and we promote it, but it stems from what Esau Edom is bringing to us. You know what I'm saying? That they taught us selfishness, individual. Well, not taught us, but perpetuates the spirit of selfishness, individuality. You know, always want to be separate from other people. And you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like that sovereign citizen mentality and whatnot.
Right, like I said, it's like Timmy Turner with the ball hogs. Nigga said, my ball, my bench, my court, my team. You know what I'm saying? When you got to work as one, all the teams who are successful in whatever they do, they have chemistry. It's important, and this is a team sport. This isn't who's the realest, who's the most glorified, best servant in Israel. It's nigga, you doing your part to help restore the nation along with everybody else.
Exactly.
Amen. Proverbs 18 verse 1. Unfriendly people only care about themselves. I get it. I get you want to be by yourself. I mean, pretty much we've all developed that trait. Pretty much everybody in this truth is pretty much an introvert at this point. Because you got to separate yourself from the world. So we do understand what you're saying. But you have to be vigilant and diligent, which means you have to understand that balance. So you don't want to become unfriendly to the point where no matter who shows up, you like fuck you automatically.
Exactly.
It's like, no, you can't do that. You gotta say fuck you at the right time. You know what I'm saying? But you get the point.
And I say this, I mean, if you by yourself, you more than likely not spreading the gospel. A lot of brothers don't like to hear that. A lot of brothers don't like to hear that. Or if you by yourself, how can you do alms to help another brother out? You know. And I want to read this.
Just real quick, because I want to continue back into that First John, the 4th chapter, because I want to touch on the point that he mentioned where he said, "What if you just like being by yourself?" Well, I would ask you, what is the like? And this is individual for each individual brother, because that could stem from childhood trauma. It could stem from issues with your home life, issues with brothers in your past in terms of you know, niggas in the world and things of that nature. It could. I'm not saying it is, but it could stem from all that. So I would ask you to look within as to see, why do you just want to be alone all the time? Because that's actually not a natural thing for us to do. We're not naturally supposed to, you know, want to be alone all the time. Now, of course, you like your individuality, you like your privacy. That actually is a good thing to have. That keeps you in proper balance with people. If you're burdening someone all the time with questions and want to talk to them, all that dries up situations very, very quickly. Having privacy keeps balance in the equation. But if you're always trying to be private and you're always trying to be, you know, alone, I would ask, you know, why is that? Do you have enmity towards brothers? I'm not saying you do. I'm just asking, you know, this is general. This is just in general. You have enmity towards brothers. Do you carry on that spirit of the world from brothers in the world to try to and think that that's going to apply to brothers in this truth as well? Which I'm not saying it doesn't. It definitely can. But like I said, that goes back to discerning the spirit properly. Discerning the spirit to see where a brother's mindset is, and then see if that's a brother you can congregate with. You try the spirit, and the spirit is pointing you in the direction of, you know, this is a brother I should try to link up with, congregate with, and whatnot. Then you gotta trust the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to that he's not steering you in a wrong direction. Because if you have enmity, or if that stems from enmity, and you want to bring that into this truth, you can't have enmity towards, you know, your brother. You know, and your brother is someone who's doing the will of the Father. I'm not talking about every nigga that knows they're Israelite. So you're talking about people who are doing the will of the Father. You can't have enmity towards your brother and love the Most High. The scriptures say right here, if you say that you love the Most High and hate your brother, you have enmity towards your brother, you have disdain towards your brother, then you are a liar. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta. I would ask, just approach the question as well for brothers who never want to be around brothers, to analyze why that's the case. See if it stems from some sort of past enmity or past trauma that makes you have a spirit of enmity towards brothers. And then, you know, dig within that, and then and see, you know, go about, you know, change that, pray, fast on that, go about doing the things necessary to change that, to go to the root of the problem, you know, address that, and let that have, its effects with in terms of changing that direction, within your life as well.
Hey, good point, bro. And I think he came late, so he didn't hear what you said when it comes to you being by yourself majority of the time. So he pretty
Okay,
much just said what you said earlier. Hey, real quick,
Calm.
DG, I know you've been quiet, but you got anything you want to add?
I would just say that, I mean, we just gotta just get, I mean, I like, hey, bro, I feel like, especially brothers who really seek out a knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, like, most of the brothers like to be, alone for real, for the most part. I definitely do, but I think we should just, understand that and just get comfortable with being around people, because we never know as these days come to an end. Like the Most High might unite us with, like, 4 or 5 other brothers, and we might be living together. We might be trekking together. Who knows? So
Calm.
Hey, and I want to get into this main point because me and Malak, we was talking about it. And hey, bro, if you watch this video, hey, nigga, this is a rebuke. When we had came to the spot, there was somebody that knew about the truth, but I was watching a video from a brother from GMS, and he said the spirit bears witness. Whenever you with that person, do you always have good, or do you constantly have bad shit happening? If you around a brother and every time your spirit comes, it's nothing but chaos and confusion, it's because that nigga's not really your brother. And when I had went, on a trip or whatever, it was just somebody that the Most High didn't want me to deal with him because, like we say in Sirach 6 and whatever, the nigga's not really your brother who fear the Lord. And bro, you could feel, you could be mad about it, but it's just the honest truth. A lot of niggas that I've cut off in the past is because they were not really my brother. They were sheep because they had the appearance, they were Israelites, but inside their spirit was fucked up. They were narcissists. They was like, oh, you don't look good enough. I can't post you on my Instagram, like a little foo-foo ass nigga. Dudes I had conversations with in person, on the phone, but then they putting all my business on Front Street when I'm trying to help them out. And that's the main difference. But the thing is, you want to know what's the similarity with all those things? I understood that not everybody was going to be perfect. I also understood that the Most High is going to also reveal those people to me. And the main thing is that the Lord was going to protect me. You got to understand that. I want to get this in Jeremiah 17, verse 6. Salakia, verse 9. Or verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusts in the Lord, in whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful near a drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. The heart, aka the mind, is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings, which is why it comes down individually. You got to always evaluate who you are as a man. Because if you can consistently say, I'm doing the works, I'm being a true man of the Lord, and not putting your delusion, the Most High is going to give you what you sow. That's why I met Malak. That's why I met DG. That's why I met Ghetto, because I've tried these brothers. Now, none of us are perfect because we still in the flesh, but all these brothers have a good D-man, hitman. That's why we could come together compared to a lot of other niggas who just, quite frankly, aren't the niggas that they claim to be on the internet. The Most High said, I search the heart. And a lot of times brothers think that they can outsmart the Most High to think they can get over on a nigga because he's righteous and this. And the Lord is going to protect all of us. And what it is that when you around a brother and your spirit is just not aligned, this is why. Your spirit, your light repels that darkness inside of that nigga, that his spirit cannot be around you. He want to avoid you. He don't want to talk to you in person. He don't want to deal with that because he knows that when you a man of the Lord, nigga, you come with that pressure, bruh. And pressure oftentimes bursts pipes that can't handle it. This is the book of Matthew 12 and 25. Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And I want to, and Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall this kingdom stand? And going down to verse 29. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his good, except he first bind the strong man, and then he spoil his house? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. And a lot of brothers might not like this, but Lord willing, and I pray the Lord continues it. You know, us brothers on this panel, we got the brotherly spirit because it comes from who? Hamashiach. That's why it says, He that is not with me is against me. And those of us who don't gather, scattereth abroad, meaning you out at sea, you a lost sheep. The shepherd is not dealing with you. He's reining in the good sheep, but he's about to take away the sheep that, quite frankly, have a fucked up spirit and a fucked up mindset from being around brothers who's trying to bear right fruit.
I got a precept. This is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? I mean, I had to separate from my, my college homies. I mean, yeah, they was my brothers in the world, but the Most High gave me, spiritual brothers, and I couldn't just walk in the way they walk, just, because they was without the spirit. They was doing, whatever they wanted to, govern in that spirit of like Delima, do what thou wilt. But it just because, they might be on, a different path, and you might, try to be on this narrow path. It's not like you saying like, oh, F them, like, like you should definitely, keep the phone lines open. You never know, they might reach out to you for anything, especially, with the tribulation and coming and whatnot, they could, hearken at the last minute to the Most High, and they might need you for real.
Con, and
Yeah.
we got to remember constantly that when we do this work and whatnot, we have the potential, as it says in the book of 1 Timothy, to save ourselves and those that hear us. So you got to always keep the lines available. Unless the Most High is just showing you, and that goes to trust the Spirit as well. Unless the Most High is just showing you in the Spirit, they ain't getting it, they ain't got it, and you just move on, and they got to completely go out of their way to get in contact with you. And the Most High wants them to get it, they'll get it anyway. But outside of that, man, if the Spirit is leading you to just not deal with a brother, but it's always on the table for him to get it if he wants to take this serious, then a lot have to work. Let the Spirit flow within you naturally, how it moves you and whatnot. But you do have to separate from unbelievers, because they can taint you, man. They can be the influence for you to draw back, because you can't draw back unless you actually do it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually draw back. But they can be the influence for you to draw back. And we got so much influence, negative influence, temptation in this world, man. Don't make Satan's job easier by always being around unbelievers. Don't make Satan's job easier by always intermingling yourself with people who don't believe in the same, they don't have the same way of living life that you do. You keep the holy days, you keep the Sabbaths, you don't eat certain things, you don't perform certain actions, things of that nature. You don't allow Satan's job to be a lot easier than it needs to be by intermingling yourself with all these carnal, these worldly philosophies and forms of understanding and whatnot. It's a lot easier for you to be tempted when Satan tries to get to you, whether that be coming to you or coming through those people that are of the world, try to pull you back down to that lower base level. And I want to get this right here. This is the book of Romans, the 8th chapter, and this is the 7th verse. Actually, this is the 6th verse. Actually, it's like the 5th verse. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So if you want to be minded of the things of the Spirit as much as possible, meaning what? You can't be around things of the flesh all the time. And those things of the flesh are those worldly niggas, man. Those people who don't take anything of the truth seriously. They don't even recognize the 3 and the 4 dimensional realms of society. They only look on the surface. They can't even when you literally explicitly say to them, this is this and this is this, they literally can't even see it. Or they can acknowledge it, but they don't give a fuck to take it seriously. You can't be around those people all the time, and you got to cut those people off. Not saying you got to, like DG said, not saying you got to completely shit on them and execute vengeance on them, as we know. This is the book of Romans, the 12th chapter, and the 20. I'm just get the point. The 21st verse: be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. And how do you show them that good? By giving them this light. If they want to receive it, cool. If they don't, hey man, vengeance is of the Lord. So like it says in verse 17, recompense to no man evil for evil, provide things honest in the sight of all men. So we don't recompense evil. We don't completely shit on people. You know what I'm saying? But You know, if someone doesn't want to get it, they don't want to receive that good that you're trying to give them. Hey man, no problem. Just remove yourself from them. If they want it, they'll come back. If they don't, and the spirit of the Most High doesn't move them to try to get this truth, hey man, they'll die. It is what it is, man. But that's as simple as you got to keep it. But going back to Romans the 8th chapter, this is verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh, for it is not subject to the law of Yahweh, neither indeed can be. So that carnal mind doesn't care about the law, statutes, commandments. So if you're trying to keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, and you don't, like you say, you don't eat certain things, y'all go out to a function, you get pepperoni pizza, a big ass pepperoni pizza. You're like, man, I can't eat this, man. And you order something else. Them niggas looking at you and trying to isolate you because you don't want to involve yourself in the things they doing. Who knows, man? They may not want to be around you like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the Most High removing you from those people who are not subject to the laws of the Most High, the AKA that carnal mind. You know what I'm saying? So you want to try to, or you could be around it and you could be tempted, man. Now you do eat that pork. You eat that swine. Now you did it. The action goes back to you, but you were influenced by the people of the world. So I'm not saying you can't never be around niggas of the world. All of us have niggas in the world that we around and whatnot. But you make it a point to try to limit that as much as you possibly can and occupy yourself in the spirit so you're not influenced by carnality constantly. And now I want to go to Romans the 12th chapter. This is Romans 12 and verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. What's evil? The carnality. What's good? The spirit. You know, so we got to cleave onto the spirit and dismiss ourselves of the flesh, which means what? Cleave onto brothers who are in the spirit and dismiss ourselves from brothers in the flesh. See, when you get in this truth, man, the Most High gives you a new family. A lot of brothers don't want to mention that. You want to still be around with niggas in the world and whatnot. Hey, man, you got to leave them niggas behind. Them, your family, whatever it may be. They don't want to get this truth, man. They're not your family, man. Let's go to Mark the 3rd chapter. This is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 33. And he answered them, saying, who is my mother or my brethren? And he looked round about on them which sat about him and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of Yahweh, the same as my brother, my sister, my mother, aka what? My family. So the Most High gives you a new family when you come into this truth. But you got to be in the right mindset to cleave to that which is good, as it says in Romans 12 and 9. To cleave to that which is good, meaning what? Cleave to your new family, your new brothers, this, you know, of the Most High, you know, even if the Most High, you know, may have some women that he gives you. If he gives you a good woman, don't sacrifice that for some bitch in the world who's just gonna lead you down the path of destruction. You know what I'm saying? You know, whoever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High gives you a new family when you come into when He sees it fit for you. At first, the Most High may have you separating yourself because He's trying to get you to get more wisdom and understanding. He's trying to, you know, He doesn't want you around a whole bunch of different people to grow you. But when He sees that you're ready, He'll bring you in with other brothers. But it's up to you to cleave onto that which is good and abhor that which is evil. Verse 10, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. So like DG said, it don't mean you completely shit on niggas in the world, but you prefer brothers in this truth. If you got the option to choose between the two, you don't go with the niggas in the world. You go with brothers in this truth. You know what I'm saying? That's your new family. That's the mindset we got to have within this truth, because we can't do it alone. You know what I'm saying? We can never do it alone. We always need Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, and then the Most High gives us brothers to help keep us in proper balance, keep us in the proper mindset, check us when we're going off, and allow us to properly encourage and check other brothers as well, so that we're constantly edifying and being edified. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to do in this truth. And all that is the process of preferring each other.
You're absolutely right, but here's the interesting thing about what you're saying, because like you said, like the way you was explaining it's just like, well, to us it's like, well, duh, but to like a new person be like, what is he talking about? You gotta leave all the worldly niggas alone, and you gotta put the spiritual family first, and you know what I'm saying? They're lost. Why? Because of potential. They don't have the potential. And I want to get Isaiah 45, starting at verse 3. I will give you the treasures of darkness in hidden riches of secret places, that you may know that I, the Lord Yahweh, who call you by your name, am the God of Israel. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect, I have even called you by your name. I have named you, though you have not known me. What am I getting at? A lot of us have shown to various degrees throughout our life that uh, that we are worthy of the understanding that the Most High needs to give us during this time. We've shown that really from an early age, where there's just basic actions like not completely diving into criminal acts, or hanging around every single negative person, or things of that nature. Being able to isolate yourself, just want to get your own alone time. Like, these are natural abilities that you must have in order to be in this truth, because it is rare for somebody who was completely who was completely carnal, who viewed everything as a popularity contest, who wanted to love everybody and hold hands with everybody, that's going to get this truth. It's just those situations are a fucking rarity. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you got to have the potential. You got to be showing that potential throughout your life before the Most High can say, okay, that guy, let's show him why he was doing this. Let's show him why he was separating from these people. Let's show him why he's been doing this his entire life, and why he needs to keep going. So that potential that us in this truth have is what the average person does not have. And that's why the average person is going to conform to this world, because they never show the potential to the Most High that, hey, give the Spirit on me to separate myself, to truly be holy, to set apart myself from either the heathen by flesh or the heathen by the Spirit. They've never shown that potential, because they embraced everything in general, or they just embraced everything that's completely incorrect. So that potential is very important.
Hey, Con, bro, you know, like me and Malak was talking about, you got to have some type of potential that the Most High can work with before you get in this truth. It's not, oh, nigga was the. I mean, I'm not saying that there haven't been like completely wicked ass niggas or just shitty people that have gone in the truth and changed. I'm just saying generally, even before you're in this truth, you had some type of principles to be a good person. And real quick, hey, shout out to my bro King Kaniba, because a lot of times too, man, y'all be overthinking. Where do I find this great man of the Lord that I could do? Bruh, they all over the internet. King Kaniba is one. Him and his brother, Real Hebrew Israelites. Y'all brothers, y'all go sub to his channel, bro.
Oh, they brothers? That's what's up.
Oh yeah, they brothers, bro. Y'all go sub to his channel, bro. We making videos, we be talking. You know, he a cool brother. He's solid, bro. And that's the thing. Like, when you're in this truth, you have the law. And see, that's the thing. The main brothers who don't have a brotherly spirit are niggas who don't follow the law. They be Old Testament only niggas. They be carnal ass Israelites who think that all they need is the Most High. They don't need to follow the law and all this stuff. Those be the main ones, because again, for you to have that brotherly spirit, you have to have Hamashiach, because he is the ultimate. I don't know how to explain it. He is like your big brother, bro. Like he is the Lord's first creation, but he's willing to do whatever it takes to help his lost brothers and sisters in his truth, man. And that's why a lot of brothers who just don't have that brotherly spirit, they can't work together with niggas, is because they have a carnal spirit. Because why? They either don't believe in the Son, which most niggas don't, or they don't really know who the Son is and what he stands for in regards to him not doing away with the laws, wanting you to be good servants, wanting you to be humble. A lot of brothers just don't live by that. And I want to get this so that way y'all brothers can kind of understand the actions of a brother and what a true brother in this truth is. This is Leviticus 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in your heart. Let me read that again for a lot of you. And look, at the end of the day, there are different groups in Israel who may seem like they hate brothers. It's not that they hate brothers. It's just that they're mad and y'all got to understand this as well. a brother may love you by getting on your ass and talking shit about you so you can get right. If you notice, the brothers who got the right spirit, they're a lot of times the niggas who get the most angry and upset because they got so much love and they want to see you shine and see you grow. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to this. Thou shalt not hate your brother.
Real quick,
Mhm.
just a quick precept on that. It's the book of
Mhm,
Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So as the brother said, that open rebuke, that oftentimes is what brother's trying to give you to show his love to you. That oftentimes is the tool that the brother is using out of the toolbox. You know what I'm saying? One of the fruits of the spirit being that love, showing itself in the form of rebuke. You know, he's doing that, you know, so that you can get the right understanding, showing that he cares about you. So when brothers are getting in the spirit and getting upset and kind of getting on you a little bit, it ain't because the brother hates you. It ain't because the brother wants to see you fail. If the brother wanted to see you fail, or he didn't give a fuck about you, he would show you. He would just either show you secret love, or he wouldn't give a fuck at all. Wouldn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if
Exactly,
the fact that brother's showing you open rebuke, meaning what? He telling you, hey, you got to get right, man.
Con, bro. And that's the thing, like, you know, even with me, like, I be hard on some of my niggas, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not because I don't fuck with them or I'm mad. Like, I got love for all y'all brothers. It's just the reason why I'm hard on y'all is because I'm hard on myself, because I want to make sure that I make it to the kingdom, and I want to make sure that y'all brothers make it to the kingdom. So a lot of times I gotta get on certain brothers because, quite honestly, a lot of Israelites just be bullshitting, man, and they feel like this is a game. And this is the scripture that I want to get. This is Leviticus 19, verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear a grudge against the children of your people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. Meaning what, man? You must love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you brothers truly love yourself, you're gonna constantly correct to see how you can improve yourself in the eyes of the Most High. So that true love that you have is like Malak said, that open rebuke versus that secret love. The open rebuke is the true love, because who rebukes us more than anybody? The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because he loves us more than anybody else. So when you are trying to walk in the ways and you got the spirit of the Most High on you, you're by proxy going to get on other brothers, because at the end of the day, you just want to see them obtain the same goal that you're striving for.
One of the terms for God's lowercase Gods means judge, right? Ruler, right? Well, in order you got to do that, you got to judge others, like you said, to the same standards that you judge yourself. And like piggyback off of Malak precept, Proverbs 27:5, it's not just that open rebuke, but setting your standards openly, just opening your mouth, saying, I've said this. This was like a while back live stream, probably one of my first ones. But I was like, man, look, I make it clear, if your if your number one goal is not the acceptance of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, don't even call me. Don't talk. Don't
Fine,
text
bro.
me. Don't do it, because it's like I don't care. I don't care about what you're talking about. I really don't. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, like with us, we have a lot of lower level conversations per se. But once again, I already understand what you guys are on, what your main focus is, which is mine as well. So it's much. So when we have those conversations, it's not in the sense of trying to dive head first and splash into a pool of carnality. No, it's just that we are in the flesh, so we are going to have fleshly conversations. But when it's time to get deep, we're going to get deep whenever we feel like it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's that balance that we have. But no, a lot of people, they just want to talk about money and cars and clothes and hoes and goddamn, I'm about to sing that goddamn successful hook, but whatever.
Nah,
But
you
you get the
you
point.
you out here about to sing Little Baby every chance that we get, nigga.
Money, cars, and clothes at home.
Yeah, everybody
I was
talks
just
about the
thinking about
same
that shit,
shit.
nigga.
You go on Instagram, 99.5% of the niggas are talking about the same shit. Money, cars, hoes, and I don't know, some
It's a
some
wrap.
some some hood they at today. It's like,
Nah.
okay, whatever, but then what? Then what? You got the money, then what? You got the cars, then what? You got the clothes, then what? You got the hoes, then what? It's kind of like we're not gonna go that far tonight, but it's like taking the quote unquote jab, the jab argument. If your reason for not taking the jab is because I'm trying to court the favor of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, then I'm good fuck what you're talking about. I don't care what you got to say. Like you full of shit. Because none of those arguments work. None of those other worldly arguments work, and you're gonna realize that in the end. But that's more so besides the point. But just to close out my point, like you got to be able to set those type of standards openly, and the Most High will bless you with those who have the same standards as you, and that's what it's all about.
Come on, bro. Great point, bro.
Uh,
Great point. And
Beautiful point.
and the thing y'all gotta understand too is in regards to Romans, let me just pull it up. I think this is Romans chapter 2. Because remember how we had made that point earlier in regards to a brother has to already have some of the foundations built inside of him before he was even in this truth. I'm gonna get this right here. I'm gonna get this in Romans chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 12. For as many as have sinned without the law shall perish without the law, and as many have sinned in the Salaki. Y'all know the specific precept where it breaks down how Israelites, even before we got the truth, we kind of already knew the law in regards, you know what I'm talking about? Like we had like a guilty conscience in regards to the law. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Are you talking about the spirit of the law that what you're referring to?
Yeah, spirit of the law. Y'all know where that's at? I forgot what
Well, I kind of said it. It kind of says that basically in Isaiah the 45th chapter, we talk about the hidden treasures of darkness and the hidden riches, secret places. So that's one precept, but I know there's another one.
there's a
Cause
specific chapter in regards to is because me and D-Man talked about it. It's in regards
yeah,
to that basically, you know, it's natural for Israelites to follow the law of the Most High, whether they know that they're actually following it or they're not, because we all have a certain moral compass because the Most High Spirit is poured upon the entire earth. And the thing, and these are just basic things that brother that you can do if you know a nigga is really a brother. Let me show you. Let me read them for y'all. Deuteronomy 22 verse 1. Thou shalt not see your brother's ox or his sheep go astray and hide yourself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto your brother. What does that mean? Now, obviously, this is ancient world, but it's similar. If your brother lost something, what? He lost a phone. He lost his keys. He lost a possession. You're not one of these wicked ass niggas saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take this nigga shit. Oh, nigga, that's a finesse. Let me get that. Hey, I hit a lick. I hit a lick." That's how you know you're not a real brother because what this
hey,
law.
brother Osh. Just not to cut you off, but just give you a proper example. You, bro, we was in Houston, and your cards kept falling out your wallet. Brother Malak was like, we going to the store right now. You get a wallet, bro, because
Oh, yeah.
we not doing we
Or
not doing.
hey, I'm gonna use this as an example. If your brother's also going stray, think about a lot of these niggas on YouTube. Niggas be literally taking each other's ideas and saying, "I came up with that. I came up
Facts,
with that.
That's
Nigga,
true.
look at
facts.
me." Like you ain't even trying to shout out the dude that you got the damn idea from, which shows that you only in it for yourself, bro. You a narcissist, man. A lot of y'all brothers will get an idea from another nigga and say, "Yeah, dog, that was me." Nigga be on YouTube like, "Yeah, bro, you know," niggas be copying the same brother's YouTube channel, using all his titles and thinking that this was something that you did. How the hell are you a brother? You ain't even shout out one nigga in your video. You know what that tells me?
Kingdom vision.
Ah, man, you just went out with it, but I ain't gonna say that. But,
Yeah.
no. Not even just that dude, but in regards to everybody, because there's a lot of niggas who do that shit. You like, man, I got the coldest game because you want to glorify yourself. You're not trying to glorify your brother who got the idea, but you want to know where the other brother got the idea from? The Most High. So that shows if you can't even shout out your brother, then you're not shouting out the Most High. You're not saying all praise to the Most High. You only in it to get vainglory amongst men, and your spirit bears witness to who the fuck you really are, bro. Everything that you think in your mind, it comes out to you in this world around you.
Con, and I believe that precept that you were hitting that earlier. I think it's in Romans the 7th chapter,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah, I
trying
think it is Romans 7. I think like it's in the you know where it has the verse in the parentheses. I think. Let me see.
let me see. I think it's Romans 7.
Yeah. Romans 7. I think it's verse 1. What? Yeah, it's verse 1. I think. Well, I mean, it's cool. I can find it later, bro. It's not that big of a deal. But basically,
Mhm.
it's just in regards to Israelites understanding, even before they were in the law, they had like a conscience to do the law, even when they didn't know that they were bound to the law because they got grafted back into the covenants. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But back to the main point, it's just there's certain brothers who have something inside of them that makes them want to do good things. You see what I'm saying? Like these is basic laws. If a man lose something, hold it for him till he claim it. Like, bro, like that's literal. Like that's easy to do. Let me see another law. And if your brother be not near unto you, and if you don't know him, you shall bring it unto your house, and it shall be with you until your brother seek after it. I got another example. When I was in Dallas with the brothers, there was a phone lost on the ground. And I was like, let me just pick it up. Next thing you know, right before we left the trip, I got a call from the phone saying, "Oh, this is the person's grandma." And I was like, "Okay, I didn't leave yet." Here, and then I gave him the thing. Most average niggas in the world, like, nigga, I gotta come up, nigga, I got a backup phone. This is my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read another one.
Just
In like
wicked.
manner,
He's fucking wicked.
wicked ass niggas, man. In like manner shall you do with his ass, and so shall you do with his raiment, and with all lost things of your brothers which he has lost, and you have found, shall you do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see your brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide yourself from him. You shall surely help to lift them up again. Meaning what? We don't live in a time where we have oxes and asses. But example, if a nigga car on the side of the road, or if a bruh, it be so fucked up. A lot of y'all brothers be in the same city as your brother, and you not even willing to go to a nigga show. You not even willing to call a brother to see how you doing. You 20 minutes away. You got niggas an hour away willing to help their brother compared to a dude who 5-10 minutes down the street. You know what I'm saying? You be going through affliction with a dude, and you think you got niggas who willing to help you out all off rip. But yet these niggas is nowhere to be found, dog. And that's what leads
That's true.
to Sirach chapter 6. And I'm gonna go to verse y'all know what I'm about to go to. Sirach 6, verse 12. Oh, verse 11. Or verse 10, Salakia. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction, but in your prosperity he will be as yourself and will be bold over your servants. But if you be brought low, he will be against you and will hide himself from your face. And that's how you know a nigga's not a brother, man. You got dudes in the world that you've known for years and you're not willing to help them. How much more for the spiritual dude that you just met 2-3 weeks ago, a couple months ago, and you're not gonna help me out. So think about the tribulation. You'll have brothers in the spirit all around you, but because you don't know them, you're not gonna help you. So why the fuck would I want to put my life on the line? Why would I want to have you be in the congregation? Because you an Israelite on the flesh? Nah, bro, you got to be an Israelite through the spirit, and the spirit controls all your actions. So a lot of y'all dudes who claim that you brothers, you just really not, bro. You're not built like that. But you think that, us brothers, we stupid, we're dumb, we're naive, and we can't tell the snake that's inside of you. We can't tell the slithery ass nigga inside of you. Come on, bro, we're not stupid.
Amen. Just to let's take it to the ultimate level, as it talks about all throughout the Bible. It talks about false prophets. Let's get on these content creators that's always calling themselves prophets just because they say some real shit once, and it's just a shame for the people that follow them because it's like, damn, everything that they're saying, the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and the prophets said thousands of years ago. Like these niggas is just stealing. These niggas is either consciously or subconsciously stealing these people's drip. And it's like, damn, bro. It's like, nigga, everything that you're saying was stated a long time ago. But because you want that vainglory, you gonna call yourself a prophet saying the same shit that was already been written down a long time ago. And it's a damn shame. But I can't necessarily blame them because most people are attention whores in this society. I blame the people who don't have the knowledge themselves to understand that a lot of the knowledge was already given to us generations upon generations upon generations ago, and everything is just coming to fruition now. But these niggas ain't saying nothing new. They're not. All really none of us are really saying nothing new. We're just saying what was repeated from the beginning to end. So it is what it is.
Con, bro, con, bro. And I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to having a true brother, it really just comes down to just one simple fact. Are you willing to glorify your Father which is in heaven, or glorify yourself? Are you willing to help out your brother because you help him do the will of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai? Are you just in it on yourself? A lot of y'all brothers, man, who know about this truth, you just reek like a nigga who wouldn't help in the day of adversity. You just reek like a nigga who would sell your brother out to Esau. You just reek like a brother who wouldn't put down your money to help somebody out. Like, you willing to help people out, but only when you can gain something else. A servant does things willingly without need, without an ask. But a lot of y'all, bro, you just too calculated. But the thing that you don't realize is that you're not outsmarting a regular human. You're trying to outsmart the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, because the righteous brothers in his truth are his battle axe. So when you try to go against somebody who the Most High is using to do his will, the Most High doesn't take that lightly. But again, man, a lot of y'all brothers got that narcissist spirit to the point where you think you a God and you think you can go against the will of the Most High. But the thing is, you don't bear witness to a spirit, which is why you're not so fearful, which is why you fuck your own brother over, which is why you do and you cast iniquity, man. And hey, bro, you know, at the end of the day, it's not meant for you. We only focusing on the brothers who are in this truth and fullness and sincerity. If you in this truth and fullness and sincerity, you should have at least 2 to 3 brothers that you can call up. And worst case scenario, if you need to go, you got somebody who gonna help you. I don't, unless you just, you know, like my brother Aloe Mel, that nigga, he in Toronto, nobody near him. He a rare case. But all the other brothers, man, like, y'all should have at least 1 to 2 niggas where shit really hit the fan. You be like, hey, bro, you trying to link up here? You're like, yeah, let's go. And then boom, you out there. Because again, when 2 or more are gathered in my name, just know I am there. So for you to be a true brother that Yahushua is dealing with, he has to have at least somebody that you can congregate with at a moment's notice, you know?
Yeah, Con, man. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we always we always got to leave the door open, you know, for brothers. You know, got to leave the door open. You can't be so proud and mighty to where you think that you got it all, and you don't you're above other people's instruction. You're above other people's edification, you know, guidance and wisdom, especially when it stems from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, the spirit of the Most High is evident out here in the world. You know, people are you know, in terms of on his righteous men, he's working in us. Lord will, he continues to. He's working in us. He's guiding us. He's leading us, and he's showing himself to us. So if the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and showing himself to a righteous brother, it may be just the thing that you need. It may be just the thing that you lack in, and the Most High is bringing another brother to you for that reason, so that he can help increase that in you. And so, like I said earlier, you can fill that brother as well. You can help increase what's in that brother. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. You know, the Most High is not going to come down off his throne to do anything. He's going to employ brothers to do certain things that he sees fit. From his bird's eye view, he's watching with a bird's eye view. He's going to employ brothers to do things by giving them the spirit to do so, or just linking you up together and whatnot, because he sees that, okay, this he's my servant. He's actively trying to do my will, but okay, I see he needs this. The Most High will supplement that in the form of another brother at times, man. So you got to be open to that, and you got to be open to that supplementation, you know, and be willing to give that supplementation when need be. But I want to get this real quick. This is the book of, what's the precept right here that I wanted? Book of First Peter. This is the book of First Peter, chapter 1, and verse 22. First Peter 1 and verse 22 seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren. See that ye love one another with a pure heart, fervently, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of Yahweh, which liveth and abideth forever. So I wanted to touch on that right there because, as we were mentioning the point earlier, we can't be in the spirit of trying to bring that worldly shit into this truth, bring that worldly disdain into this truth, try to bring these curses into what's guiding us, leading us to the Deuteronomy 28 blessings. Of course, the curses are still going to be on us because of course, we're Israelites, and those curses are not going to be 100% fully lifted off until Yahweh Shah returns. But we got to be in the mindset of doing the things we can to get those Deuteronomy 28 blessings that's going to be given to us in the kingdom, and being on the process and actually building the building blocks, to get there. And part of that is through showing that unfeigned love towards the brethren, showing that on that pure, that fervent, pure heart spirit toward the brethren. Like it says, being born again, not a corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, not of the world, but of the spirit. We can't be trying to bring that worldly shit into these things of the spirit, into these practices and these matters of the spirit, because that's going to hold you back from showing that unfeigned love towards your brother. That's going to hold you back from loving your brothers with a fervent and a pure heart. And and I want to get this right here as well. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter Salakia. This is the book of 2 Peter. This is the book of 1 Peter, Salak, chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So the end of all things is at hand. So we got to be sober and we got to be watching the prayer. But what else we got to do? And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. Charity is love, man. Have fervent charity amongst yourself, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Yahweh. So the thing about it is that through going back to 1 Peter 1 and verse 23, through that being born again, of that incorruptible seed in the spirit, not the corruptible seed via the flesh, we take on the mindset of through being the end is at hand. It's even more important to take on the mindset of charity. Not only is God going to cover the multitude of our sins, but it's also going to have us assist other brothers where they fall short. Like it says, using hospitality one to another without grudging, because every man has received the gift. But through that gift that the Most High has given us, which starts with faith, keeping His law, statutes, commandments, and also receiving certain things of the Spirit, through that, certain traits of the Spirit, through that, we have the ability to be a good steward to another brother, to give him where he may be lacking. But we can't do that if we isolate ourselves all the time. We can't do that if we are not focused on showing love and giving charity, to our brothers. We can't do that if we don't have that pure heart, fervently trying to prefer our brothers, man. So all of that pretty much encompasses the same thing, but it's all for the same goal, because we all got a like-minded goal at the end of this, man. That's to see Yahweh shall return, this world be governed in righteousness, and make it to the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And of course, above all things, serve our Lord Yahweh. So that's the end goal of all of this. Go ahead.
And I wanted to read Sanjan. He been putting heat. He says, "Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Think about this, man. If a lot of y'all dudes can't even go out of your way to link up with a nigga unless it's on your time, or you can't, reach out to a dude unless it's about yourself, there's no way in hell that you're gonna be able to lay down your life for the people you around. And that's not a brother. Honestly, nobody on this panel and nobody in these comment sections want to deal with. Proverbs 18:24. A man that has friends must show himself friendly. A man that has friends must show himself friendly. Not by saying you his homie, by doing things through action, showing yourself, reaching out to a brother. You know what I'm saying? actually seeing how a brother's doing genuinely. And the main thing that a lot of brothers just don't have, that you lack, a lot of y'all brothers, is you lack consistency. One day you act like a friend, the next day you act like an enemy, because you just double-minded. And no brother wants to be around a double-minded brother, man, because it shows you have no faith. Sirach 37:1. Every friend saith, I am his friend, but there is a friend which is only a friend in name. Meaning what? Name. He says he's your homie, but again, the Most High is your best friend. Why? Because he's always there for you. Again, I'm going to say that again. The Most High is your best friend because he's always there for you. So by extension, if a brother has a true spirit of the Most High, he's going to be there for you. And now, again, we're not perfect, because at the end of the day, we work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. So we have a limit. But at the end of the day, if a nigga is not consistent, if a nigga is not answering your call Sunday, if he's not linking up with you, if he's not trying to help you out and be there for you on a somewhat regular basis, that is not your brother, bro. He is a op, he is a snake, bro, and he will turn on you just like that, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring a precept out about love being in action and not just in word. This is 1 John chapter 3 verse 18. Actually, I might as well start at 16. 1 John chapter 3 verse 16. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. But whoso hath his world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of the Lord in him? My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. And y'all can expound on that one.
Hey, I just want to say, just to even take it one step further, I mean, the Lord's Prayer, man. I know me and Malak was talking about this when we was still out here in not gonna say the state, but we was telling the Lord's Prayer, and I was like, I mean, that's the most friendly thing you can do, because there's nowhere in the Lord's Prayer where it says anything about the Lord giving you yourself anything. It doesn't say, give me this day and my daily bread. No, it says, give us this day and our daily bread, and forgive us our debts or trespasses, as we forgive our debtors, or as we forgive those who trespass against us. So if you're saying that prayer, but yet you're thinking about yourself the whole time, something's really wrong with you, man. Because that makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, what are you doing? Like, bro, you gotta be in the spirit to look out for somebody else other than yourself, man. So, like Brother Ash said in the beginning, man, life is a team game, man. You're not gonna be able to do this alone. No matter whether you're gonna be of the general 1/3, hopefully elect, or part of the 144,000, you're gonna be part of a team regardless. So you gotta be able to look out for somebody, somebody else other than yourself. So it is what it is.
Con, bro. And I want to get this right here, because I'm trying to get this proper breakdown. So if y'all brothers understand this a little bit better than me, let me know. It's lucky my internet was slowing down and shit. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to hear James 4:10. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaks evil of his brother and judges his brother, speak evil of the law and judge the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. Now, when you hear that from the beginning, you think, damn, this is contradicting the Bible. Why is Paul saying this? Because it says to judge not your brother. At the end of the day, what that means is that you're not the heavenly judge. You're not the one who can deem whether somebody's going to make it or not, which is why Malak, and you know, sometimes as brothers, we get to that spirit, we're like, man, that nigga not going to make it. We just making predictions based off what that nigga is doing right then and there. But the main thing that it's talking about is speak not evil against your brother, because what is evil in the eyes of the Most High? I mean, first and foremost, bearing false witness, lying on your brother, you know, putting wicked devices to ensnare your brother, not helping your brother, not doing things to, you know, lift up your nation, not loving your brother like yourself. Like we said, a form of love is reproaching and rebuking somebody, not rebuking them to give them everlasting fire and damnation, because we can't do that. We're not the Most High. But in regards to you know, making sure your brother stays on the path, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what that really means. And I think a lot of brothers, man, when it comes to you not getting a full understanding of the law, like Kenton said, you see one thing that your brother might, just one little thing, a nigga might have one hair that doesn't stand up the right way, and you say you don't fuck with the nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing you got to understand, and I don't know if am I breaking this down right, Malak, in regards to that scripture?
Yeah, because if you go into the precept as well, I mean, you're on the right path to it. If you go into the precept as well, it says, he that speaketh evil of his brother and judgeth the brother speaketh evil of the law and judgeth the law. So it says, he speaketh evil of the law and judgeth the law, and thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. So, you know, when you go into this and whatnot, you know, I mean, you're pretty much, you know, on point with it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, basically what this is, you know, in totality and whatnot, basically you're condemning the law. You know what I'm saying? You're making the law seem like there's impurities in it. You know, this, that, and the third. You know, when you speak evil of other brothers and you by proxy you're condemning the law. That's pretty much what that's going into as well. You don't want to make condemnation of the law.
Okay, I don't think that's the right context for what we're talking about, but I appreciate the breakdown. But
what do you mean that's not the right context what we're talking about?
Because I'm thinking this is talking about in regards to just. Never mind, bro. We'll talk about it later, bro. It's something I gotta break down with you on the scenes. But it's cool. It doesn't really relate to what we're talking about. But do y'all got any other points that y'all wanted to make in this? Because if not, I think this might be a good time to finish the live.
I had a point. I think it's just important to just recognize. Ooh, let me pull up this precept. Okay. I'll start with. Oh man, it's not even it. Oh yes, it is. This is 1 John, chapter 2, verse 6. He that say he abideth in him ought himself also to walk, even as he walked. So, you know, of course, we not gonna be like as Christ in these, you know, fleshly bodies, but with the Spirit of the Most High. You know, we have the power to walk. You know, just as Christ walked, right? And it's important, you know, especially when it comes to, you know, being around our brothers, right? We gotta keep in mind what we're doing and what we're saying and what, you know, our actions, because, you know, our brothers see those things. We got to be careful, you know, and the things we, you know, even share on social media or, you know, what our brother sees us doing, not to, you know, cast a stumbling block just in front of our brothers, just by our actions, right? Because that blood can be upon our hands.
Bro. Hey, great point, bro.
You know, hey man, we got to make sure, like DG said, that blood ain't on our hands, man. And how do we do that? By showing, you know, ultimately by showing the highest level of love towards our people and the highest level of love towards our brothers, by feeding them with knowledge and understanding and warning them about the times ahead, as it says in Ezekiel 33rd chapter, blowing that trumpet and warning our people for the signs and times to come. That's the highest level of love that you can give someone on this side, man.
And I want to get this reading down from what DG said. This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 9. He that saith he is in light and hates his brother is in darkness even until now. He that loves his brother abideth in the light, and is none occasion of stumbling in him. But he that hates his brother is in darkness and walks in darkness and knows not where he goes, because that darkness has blinded his eye. And again, what does that relate back to? What's the light again? It's Yahweh Shai, bro. So again, man, a lot of y'all brothers, bro, who just don't abide and do the word and practice the things that Yahweh Shai practiced with the disciples and, you know, the other apostles and just the people at that time. If you're not really doing those things and you're not winning right, because the main thing is that Yahweh Shai's spirit was pure. If you don't got a pure spirit in his truth, bro, you in darkness, bro. And I'm just going to be real with you. Nobody's going to want to congregate with you. Nobody's going to want to link up with you in the day of affliction. And then honestly, the only people that's going to be linking up with you is wishy-washy niggas who's not going to be there for you. They're going to try to kill you. They're going to try to take your food when shit gets tough. They're not going to be understanding. They're not going to be willing to put aside their differences. And it's just not going to work out for you, bro. So for those of y'all who don't feel like you got a brother around you, hey man, get right. And for those of y'all, like I said, if you truly believe that the Most High is gonna watch over you, again, bro, if you've been in this truth and you in sincerity, I mean, bro, there's nothing that's gonna hurt you for reaching out with a brother you trying to congregate with, bro. I mean, you gotta lose the pride, bro, because what does Proverbs 8:18 say, or 8:16? Salaki, it says, "Pride goeth before destruction." And for those of y'all brothers who got too much pride to hit up other brothers trying to grow in this truth and try to rely on one another, hey man, the Most High it's not pleasing to Him. What's one of the abominations of the Most High? A proud look, man. So hey, goes out to both sides.
And sometimes, that isn't, and just because you are preferring one another and you're linking up with brothers or whatnot, that doesn't mean that, you're gonna get along constantly, or you're not gonna ever argue, or that you're not gonna get annoyed at brothers what they say and actions at times. It doesn't mean that. It just means you don't allow that right there to overwhelm and overpower the conclusion of the matter. You don't allow that to overcome, the conclusion of everything, man. You don't allow that to replace the natural spirit that's supposed to work in you, or the righteous spirit that's supposed to work in you, or replace the law and things of that nature that's supposed to be the foundation for your life. You know what I'm saying? You, like the scripture said, you be angry and you sin not. You get angry, you address it. You get annoyed at something, you address it. You know what I'm saying? You keep it moving. And because everyone's their own individual person at the end of the day. Yeah, we work together to, further the Most High's name, the true doctrine, and bring more brothers to the understanding that they're Israelites, and strengthen the nation of Israel for the kingdom, not for this side, but for the kingdom, and whatnot, from this side to the kingdom, but that doesn't mean that everything's gonna be, Jeep all cool, all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have rough patches at times, but you don't allow that to overpower like I said, the natural righteousness that's supposed to be the foundation for your life. Because if you do, man, that's how you end up out the truth. Because you can get annoyed at anything, man. You can get upset with anything. But if you're always upset and whatnot, and you're allowing that to stop you from the most important thing, then that's how you end up not valuing the Heavenly Father. That's how you end up. That's how you end up the Most High seeing that you not a worthy vessel. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Because that anger that you got is going to lead you to sin. It's going to lead you to doing things against the ways of the Lord, man, and to not keeping the commandments. Because you're not just it's going to morph itself into not just being angry at that person, but being angry at that spirit that the person is coming in. You know what I'm saying? So we got to constantly remember that just because we prefer one another doesn't mean that, and just because we love one another and we show our spirit, our righteous spirit, and that charity and everything that we mentioned this live stream, two brothers, doesn't mean that it's going to be, a-okay all the time. But it does mean that you don't allow that to overpower, what you're naturally supposed to, what your main focus is supposed to be as an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you go out there and you abase brothers in the face of people and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, like I said earlier, that vengeance does belong, and not I said, but the scriptures say that the vengeance belongs to the Most High. And also as well, you don't want to catch yourself out the truth via having too many occurrences where you allow anger for people to or annoyance within certain things that brothers may say or do to get you out of the right spirit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do everything you can to be in the right spirit. If you allow that to drag you away, man, that's the spirit is gonna leave you. Because like I said, you're not gonna be, it's gonna turn into you're not just angry at that person or upset or annoyed at that person, but you're annoyed with the whole package of that person, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, ultimately at the end of the day. So that's something we got to be cognizant of as well.
Amen. One of the main things that we talked about tonight was discernment. Well, let's get one of the main precepts concerning discernment. Ecclesiastes Chapter 3, starting at I'm just going to do verse 5 to get to the point because it's perfect. There's a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to hear and a time to sow, and a time to keep and a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So you got to understand that every day is pretty much a new day. So you can't hearken too much on what somebody did yesterday because you never know when this shit's gonna pop off. So
Con,
and when this shit pops off, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of people that's going to get eliminated, but you're gonna have a lot of you're gonna well, I'm gonna say a lot, but you're gonna have some people. You're gonna have those people who are going to, at the very least, ask the question, oh my goodness, what's going on? What, all this crazy shit's happening at the same time. What, who can I talk to? You know, blah blah. And then there you go. You're that contact potentially, or it might be somebody else. At the end of the day, as long as they get it, that's what matters. But you have to understand that, of course, not everybody is for you, but not everybody's against you neither.
that's true.
So at the end of the day, you do have to try every spirit because you just never know. You just never know who that ally and who your enemy is going to be. So you just gotta hope that the Lord stays with you and you'll be blessed to have that discernment to be able to see every single holy or foul spirit. So
And you can't
that's
be
how
and you
that's how
can't
it's gotta be.
and you can't be so ostracized yourself that you don't even allow that opportunity to come into your life.
Yep, exactly.
Con, bro. Con. But hey, bro, I think this is a good time to wrap this up. Y'all got any last statements that y'all want to give the people?
I just want to read this. This is the book of John, the 13th chapter, and the 34th verse. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. This is going into followers of Yahweh Shah, disciples, what I'm saying? Who we should, be coming instead of, what I'm saying, being followers of Yahweh Shah, what I'm saying, in this time period right now through the spirit. Verse 35. For this shall all men know that you are my disciples if you love one to another. That's the conclusion of the matter, man. Because as the scriptures say, you don't love your brother. You know what I'm saying? That means you don't love the Most High and you are a liar. And the art of keeping the law, statutes, commandments is showing the ultimate love to Yahweh Shem Shai, which is the ultimate conclusion of the matter, as it says in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. So that brotherly love is something that you have to have in order to keep everything in proper balance and show your love to the Most High, like the scripture, like we read in Leviticus 19th chapter in the law, and many of the precepts that we went into as well. You can't even get to the Most High if the Most High sees that you don't have the Spirit on you to be righteous and have righteous dealings with people in the flesh. How can you value something in the Spirit if you don't even value something you can see in the flesh? It doesn't. It's impossible.
Con, bro. Hey, great point, bro. That's why you gotta have the spirit on you, man. And I mean, if you're not deemed to have the spirit, you're not gonna understand none of the things we talking about. You're gonna have a carnal aspect, and it's gonna be a tough Jacob's trouble for you, my boy.
Come on.
You gonna say something, DG?
Nah, nah.
All right.
Hey man, but it's, like you said, speaking of Jacob's trouble, like we talk about the allies, the only way they can possibly be your ally is if they understand this precept. Of course, we're not. I'm gonna skip out. I know it's been a while, but we're not gonna do that tonight. We're gonna do a different one. Matthew 19. Uh, let's see. I'm just gonna do verse 29. I could do verse 28, but nah, because that's talking about the apostles. So let's just do verse 29. And everyone who has left houses, or brothers, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and inherit eternal life. But many who are first will be last, and the last first. So it's that simple. If those people if the only way you can know that you're allies or not is if they understand the fact that they're probably going to have to forsake everything in this life, as you understand that you have to pretty much forsake everything in this life at some point. Like we said, there's a time to gather stones, there's a time to cast away stones, right? You should have been casting away stones already. So that way you can bring the proper stones together. But those are going to be very few stones because the the average, just like you can't pick up the average stone is not worth anything. Just like the average person in the society is not worth anything. Just like the average material possession, actually, it's pretty much all material possessions are not really worth anything in the grander scheme of things. These are the things that not only you have to understand, but the person that you're deciding to be allies with, the brother or brothers that you're deciding to be in group with have to understand this, or else they probably some hoe ass niggas. Or I don't know. Maybe you a hoe ass nigga. Is who knows? But there's only way to find out. So hey, other than that, Kwame Yashala is the brother. Hold on, make sure I get it right. Batazak Amas signing out.
Come on, bro. Hey, appreciate that, bro. The water, bro.
Hey, Shalom, y'all. Just want to give all the praises, the glory, and the honor unto the Most High Yahweh, doing so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. Lord, what His lessons edifying for the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, the nation of Israel only. Till next time, Shalom, Abba, Abba, keep the faith.
Yeah, y'all be blessed. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai.
Yes, sir. All praise to the Most High. Call Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom, Yasharallah. I'll catch y'all boys on the next one, man. Peace.